The city of Superior is getting $4 million from the Wisconsin Harbor Assistance Program for maintenance on 2 property facilities. Northern News Now's Michaela Wrench tells us how the money will drive business in the Twin Ports.
Elkhorn Industries and General Mills in Superior both were awarded grants that will help provide financial assistance to their harbor facilities. The General Mills dock will mainly focus on shoreline stabilization.
They have conveyors that go over that are next to this site that are eroding. So the shoreline is eroding, so what they're going to be doing is going in there, doing some excavating, and more or less putting rock in to stabilize the shoreline.
3 of the $4 million will go to Elkhorn Industries. Elkhorn Chief Operating Officer Brian Foster says the company has goals to rehabilitate the dock wall and turn it into a port facility.
Currently, the dock wall is in tough condition, just a lot of the harbor walls are. And to do so, we look into grant opportunities and we'll continue to do so, but applied for the Harbor Assistance Program grant and were awarded $3 million.
Superior's Economic Development Port Director says the city's prominence and proficiency when it comes to imports and exports earned it the grant.
We're the largest bulk port on the Great Lakes. When we team with our friends across the bridge, we don't have Superior and Duluth statistics. We are the Twin Ports, so we are the largest and we're very important.
The long-term effects for both projects are endless.
It's, in General Mills' case, it's for them to continue to operate and to ship grain through their facility, to employ people, to employ longshoremen, to load ships, to continue to do that. For Foster, it's a future.
Continuing to promote waterborne freight and economic development for the region. In Superior, Michaela Wrench, Northern News Now.
Michaela, thank you. In total, Governor Tony Evers announced $10 million for 8 harbor maintenance and improvement projects.